great on vibes. So maybe I was just feeling it. I did 4 book clubs this month. I'm insane. Wow. Let it be, you know, let it be. It's not serious. It's not that deep, okay? Find that a lot of the book clubs I'm in, people like get real serious about books. This one may be my favorite of the entire month. This gorgeous billionaire is buying ridiculous things for this woman. Oh, this is what I was thinking the first movie was. Did not have as much fun with this book, I'm gonna just be honest. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a July/mid-year reset video. We are gonna go over the books I read in June, the books I plan to read in the month of July. We are going to reset my Notion so we can actually be successful with our goals. And I'm going to work on these reading journal pages that I have yet to put in a binder. I really need to do that. We're in July. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? So that is the plan for today. So thank you guys for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into the reset video. All right, you guys, let's just hop right into my Notion. I did get this template from another creator, and if I can remember, I will put it in the description box for you guys. It was like a paid thing. It wasn't that expensive, but I was just like, I really like the way this looks, so I would like to have this in my life. So up top, we just have different quotes that I really like. I may add to this, but right now that is not, you know, top of my list. In my calendar, I already have most of my events or things that I'm doing in the calendar. I forgot to put trivia tomorrow. What am I doing with my life? So I put that in there, and then if they have any other trivias, I will add those in as well. If I do anything else, I do have a trip coming up, but I deleted it so you guys couldn't see it. And then I will put it back in there because I just don't want you guys, you know, it's weird putting your life on the internet, you know? So anyway, I only have 3 book clubs this month because the 1 book club is going to be when I'm out of town. So obviously won't be going to that. And then I have my weekly overview, trivia tomorrow. My grandma's birthday is on Wednesday. 4th of July is happening. We do have plans for that, which I didn't put in here, but anyway. All that to say, here I need to update, let's see, leftovers. Wow, I can't even spell. Okay, leftovers, and it was leg day. It was not cardio, but we already did the gym. So then arm day, I think here we will have spaghetti, and then here we'll probably again do leftovers, and this is our cardio day, and then another leg day, another arm day, and then cardio Saturday and Sunday. Okay, and then Thursday, I forgot what we even got at the grocery store this week. I know we're doing spaghetti, maybe more stir fry. I don't know. I'm gonna leave these blank. I know we got like a couple different options. Okay, this thing is irritating me today. So I'm just going to, apparently I have not updated this since last time we went out of town. So there we go. My goals for this week, I want to upload 3 videos actually. Definitely want to film some more short form content, and I want to hit 10,000 steps every day. I did it last week, so I'm pretty sure I can do it this week. Okay, and then let's see here. Today is Monday. I already read my Bible and I already went to the gym. I should tidy my house. I need to edit the vlog. I need to film some shorts, and I also need to film July reset, which I'm currently doing. And then I also want to read. I think those are good goals. Yes, July reset. Then I also want to upload the July reset. Yeah, anyway, I can deal with this later. But that's just kind of like what I go in and I do, and I pick all the things that I want to get done for the day, all the things that are important to me, such as reading my Bible, gym, tidying the house, just trying to like do things that help me feel better. Because if you've been watching the vlogs, I have not felt great lately. So that's that part of it. And then I think it's under future you. Yeah, where it shows the different goals or whatever. So I'm still working on all of these goals. The vision board stuff is not like mine. It came with the things. I don't even know. And they're cute stuff, so I'll just leave it. Now we are in, we're starting Q3. That's crazy. So these are absolutely not my goals. So I want to read 20 books. Actually, yeah, read 20 books. I want to hit 2,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. That would be awesome. And then I want to, this is like kind of a vague one, but I want to focus on my health. Which I know that's kind of vague because that could be so many different things like working out, but I didn't want to say like go to the gym 5 days a week. I wanted something that like I overall just want to focus on my health. Taking my vitamins, getting my water, hitting my steps, going to the gym, eating, making healthier eating choices, all the things. Just working on my mental health, working on my physical health, just focusing on my health. So in July, I want to read, I really want to read 10 books. I know that's kind of a big goal, but I actually, right now, I'm sitting at 10 books for the month of June, and today's the last day, and I'm hoping to squeeze one more book in. I don't know if it'll happen. I've got a couple like short books that I want to read, so maybe I could like get a few more in, you know? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So I don't even know. I do a goal set, but I also try not to get too focused on that because my OCD, it just like latches onto that. And then if I don't do those things, I'm in a spiral. We just, you know. So I have different things that I'm working towards, but I don't always like to put them down because then I'm like, they have to happen because I put them down. And if they don't, anyway, it's all just crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, there's that. I'm not gonna be too crazy about it because again, I want this to be something that I actually work on. So here are some different goals and such that I have in here, or habits that I want to do. So I've already read my Bible and I have worked out. I've read a little bit, so I will count that. But I haven't made my bed, I haven't tidied the house, haven't finished getting my steps. I'm like halfway there. And it's only 9:30 this morning, so we will definitely get our steps in. I need points is like Weight Watcher points. And so I still have Weight Watchers. I still enjoy Weight Watchers, but the problem that I'm struggling with right now is food is one of those things that I'm obsessing over right now. And so I've like pulled back from tracking anything because it can become very unhealthy for me very quickly. And since, if you've been watching the vlogs, I've talked about this, but my OCD has been really, really bad the past couple of months. And I have just had to kind of put that on pause and just try to make healthier choices and keep going to the gym or whatever, but not tracking calories, not tracking food, trying to prioritize protein, but not becoming obsessive about it. Unfortunately, that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully I can get back to tracking points and tracking food because I know that it helps, but right now, mentally, it's not helping. All right, so there's that. And then The last thing that I'm gonna do in Notion, I really want to like reorganize my Notion and come up with like not better goals, but just figure out how I want to track all of that to where I can be successful, you know? But the last thing I'm gonna work on, let's see, I have video ideas, but I'm not gonna share those right now. But I do wanna check my my reading list here. So I did finish With a Vengeance, so that one has been read. I'm about to finish Harry Potter. I did read and finish the Drew Barrymore book. I have to go back in my phone in my Goodreads and see when I read all that. I did start reading The Ghost Writer. I don't think I'm gonna finish it though, because I literally just started it last night and I made it to page like 25, but there's a lot, like the font is small, so there's a lot of words on each page, and it's like 300 and some pages. So I don't see myself finishing that today, unfortunately. I can see myself finishing Harry Potter because I'm about 65% of the way through it. And then, like I said, there's a couple of like shorter books that I might just read just to throw in there to kind of help my reading goal. But I think I hit my reading goal for June because I think it was just like 6 books or something. I don't know. Let me look real quick. I probably didn't even put anything in here because I probably didn't do a reset for June. No, I did not. That just tells you how my life has been lately. Just haven't even done it. But I'm pretty sure I did read 20 books. I did not hit 2,000 subscribers though. And my workouts were a little all over the place. But I think I hit my reading goal. So let me look here. 24 books. So I got one thing done from last quarter. I'm telling you what, 2025 hit and it's just been mentally, I've been unwell. But that's okay. We are working towards feeling better, getting better, all the things. So anyway, I think that that's everything. I know this was kind of I'm not, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I really need to sit down and take time to like clean out my Notion, plan everything, whatever. But like I said, mentally, I have just, about the only thing I can handle is reading books right now, honestly. Which is why that was the only goal that I accomplished, because I can get lost in a book and like sidetrack my mind for a minute, but I'm struggling to do much of anything else, you know? So anyway, there's the Notion reset for you guys. I need to go pick out my July TBR, and then I need to gather the books that I read in the month of June so I can share those with you guys. But yeah, in terms of planning in Notion, figuring out my goals for the month, whatever, that's as much as I'm gonna do for this month, because like I said, I've just been struggling mentally, so I need to keep it kind of easy for me. I don't need to be using a lot of brain power right now. I need to just focus on feeling better and getting through this moment, which I know I will, but it's just hard. It's just hard sometimes. So anyway, I'm gonna go gather all the books. I'll be back in just a little bit to talk books with you guys, which is like my favorite part. But I need to pick out my books, finish picking out my books for the month. I kind of want to try to read a couple of like the short books on Kindle Unlimited and then come back with an update with you guys, because I want to be able to say I finished this many books for the month. And I know the books that I'm trying to finish today, I'm not going to be able to, because I might be able to with Harry Potter if I have enough time to listen to it, because I'm listening to it. But I know my other book I'm not gonna be able to. So I kind of want to just like read the little short books. I think the one that's like the Alibis collection, I think is what it's called. I'd kind of just like to read all of those today. So maybe maybe I will come back on here and be like, I read 14 books this month. That would be awesome. I at least want to make it to 12. I just really want at least 11 even, because 10 is the most I've read in a month this entire year. So I'd love to break that record. I'd love to be like, I did 11 books, you know? So I will be back in just a little bit with that part of the reset for you guys. All right, you guys, I am back. I also want to note there's probably a change in quality. I was filming on this camera. The battery was dying. And then I realized that whenever we went out of town, I took this camera with me and I took all the batteries and I don't know where I put the batteries. So I'm gonna have to figure that out because I'm missing like 3 of the 4 batteries. The only battery I had was the one that was in the camera and it is currently charging. It takes a long time for them to charge. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use this camera because the battery's charged, the backup battery's charged, and I wanna finish filming this video so I can edit it. So bear with me. So we're just gonna go through the 12 books that I read in the month of June, and then I'm gonna talk about the books that I'm gonna read in July. So starting out the month, I finished the first Harry Potter book. I gave it 5 stars. It was a lot of fun. I had actually forgotten most of what happened in that movie, in the first movie, so this was really fun because it was almost like I was going in not knowing anything at all. However, I obviously know a lot of the major stuff that happens throughout the books, but I just couldn't remember the first book for some reason. So that was a lot of fun. I gave it 5 stars and I finished that at the first part of June because I had actually started it in the month of May. I was hoping to finish it in May, but I didn't get it done until June. So that was the first book that I completed in the month of June. The second book that I finished in the month of June was Want to Know a Secret by Frida McFadden. I did not have as much fun with this book. I'm gonna just be honest. I gave it a 2-star. I didn't love it. Honestly, I should have DNF'd it, but I was being stubborn and just like, no, you have to finish. So I did finish that one. It was rough though. I honestly, I don't know what it was about that one, but I was just like, not feeling it. Next up, I finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. This one may be my favorite of the entire month. It may be my favorite, honestly. I enjoyed this one so much. I read it in just a couple of days, flew through it, had so much fun with it. Honestly, I just felt like I could really relate to, I think it was Margaret, is that, yeah. I could relate a lot to not necessarily her life stories and her family life because she was a socialite. My family is not rich. I'm not in like the public eye, but just the themes of like people being toxic, but yet there's still love in the family and like people thinking that they're doing what's best for their family, but it ends up not being the best. I just feel like I can understand that and appreciate that there's still love there, but it's complicated. Life is complicated. Families are complicated. And I can really relate to that. Again, not necessarily in the same ways as Margaret's life was, but I could definitely relate to that. And then the side story was about Alice and Hayden. So they had a little romance and that was fun. Overall, I just enjoyed this book so much. I gave it 5 stars. I know everybody's been hating on this book because it's not your typical Emily Henry book, but I actually really loved it. It may be my favorite Emily Henry. I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I'm still sitting with it, thinking about it, but I gave this one 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. The next book I read was The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers. This was for an online book club that I'm in. I gave this one 5 stars. Most people in that book club really hated it, but I just had fun with it. I rate based on vibes, and I was like, what's happening the whole time? And it just, I read it really fast too, so I just flew through this book, had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was just a good time, you know? I find that a lot of the book clubs I'm in, people like get real serious about books, and it's like, it's not really that deep. It's just a piece of fiction and it's just supposed to be like fun, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm just over here rating based on the vibes, and the vibes were good while reading this. I was in a good mood. I was having fun. I wanted to know what was happening. It was very twisty. I didn't see some of the stuff coming, and it was just fun. It was just fun. It's not serious. It's not that deep, okay? Next up was Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I really enjoyed this book also. I believe I gave it 5 stars. Again, I'm rating it based on the vibes, and the vibes were high while I was reading this book. This one was so cute. It was about Parker and Elle. Yeah. And I just thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. This was also for a book club, and again, people really didn't love this book, and that's fine. Like, I don't care. But what I thought was funny is that everybody was like, it's so unrealistic, which it was. But like, I don't really go into most books wanting it to be realistic. Let's face it, the world is insane right now. And let's be real, it's been insane. The 36 years I've been on this planet, the world's been crazy, okay? But definitely lately, you know, it's just a mess. I don't want a realistic book. I want something that is gonna take my mind off of things, you know? So if it means that this gorgeous billionaire is buying ridiculous things for this woman, let it be, you know? Let it be. I just had fun with this. I had fun with this. I thought it was really cute, a nice little rom-com. Again, nothing serious because it's not that deep. Repeat it with me. It is not that deep. I enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. I think everybody in my book club like hated it and gave it like 2 or 3 stars. But, you know, I had fun with it. I had a good time. That's all that really matters for me. The next book that I finished is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. You have to go into it knowing that it's Matthew McConaughey. And if you know how Matthew McConaughey is, like, that was this book. But I thought it was fun. I gave it 5 stars. It was nice to hear his life story, like what he's been through. I'm just like, how did you end up somewhat normal after hearing about his childhood? You know, it's like, how did you end up somewhat okay? Because some of that stuff I was like, wow, I did not know this, and that is insane. But, you know, anyway, it was just fun. It's about his life, you know. 5 stars. I enjoyed it. The next one also could be tied for my favorite book of the month, to be honest. So I read Till Summer Do Us Part, again, for a book club, because I did 4 book clubs this month. I'm insane. Again, flew through this one, was laughing out loud at this one. I did give it 4 stars instead of 5. Because I am not a huge fan of a lot of language, which this has, and I'm also not a huge fan of a lot of spice, which this had. I mean, it had less spice than her Christmas book for sure, but it still had more than I wanted. So that's why I gave it 4 stars, because I was just like, it probably was a 5 star. I was probably being too harsh about that because I had a good time reading this because I just thought it was hilarious. Basically, this woman lies and says that she has a husband and that they aren't doing well or whatever because everybody in her company is like marriage obsessed, and her boss is like, oh, my husband's a marriage counselor, you should go to him. She obviously doesn't have a husband, so her best friend, he's like, hey, my brother is available, like, let me just text him, he'll do it for you. So text the brother's like, yeah, sure, no problem, like, I'm just this billionaire with like nothing but time on my hands, so I'll come do marriage counseling with this woman I've never met. And he's in an improv class, so it gets like real wacky in the first counseling session, and the counselor's like, hey, I'm having a marriage retreat, you guys are the perfect candidates for this, you need to come to this. So they're like, okay, you know, they have to play up this that they're fake married. Meanwhile, they've never met, like they don't know anything about each other. And so it is hilarious. It is just fun. The banter is fun. The situations they find themselves in is just funny. And I had a good time with it. So I probably rated it a little harsh. I don't like when the F word is used to describe like spice. I also don't like the C word. And I'm pretty sure that was in here at least once. I don't like those things, you know? I could do without those things. But I will say it was better than her Christmas book, and it was just funny. It was funny. So if you can read past those things, it was funny. It was a good time. I did it. I read the first Throne of Glass book. I read Throne of Glass, not the first. I read the first book in the series, Throne of Glass. I gave this one 3 stars. Let me explain. I wasn't super interested most of the book. It got interesting a little bit towards the end, but I need my romance if I'm gonna do a fantasy thing. So I'm hoping, and I have heard that the series gets a lot better. So I am not giving up on it. I didn't think it was a bad book, but I just wasn't having as much fun. It wasn't one that I was like, oh, I can't wait to pick up this book. And so because of that, I was like, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. If I had read Assassin's Blade first and then read this, would I feel differently? Maybe, I don't know. But I also know that a lot of people say this one is not their favorite in the series. It is a little bit slower, so I just have to like suffer through the first couple books apparently. Wish me luck. But it wasn't horrible. I don't know that I would reread it again, but maybe once I read the whole series and I get the full picture, maybe I'll feel a different type of way about it. But right now, I'm gonna finish the series. That's, you know, my goal is still to finish the series. Next up, I read Wildflower I listened to Wildflower by Drew Barrymore. It is the book club book for next month, so I was like, let me just go ahead and listen to it now. It was really good. It was really good. It was fun to hear about her life experiences and the things that she went through. She went through a lot, and I'm just amazed that she came out kind of on the other side and is successful and is a good mother, like after everything that her parents put her through. It was good though. I gave it 5 stars. Next up was my most anticipated read of 2025, With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. I had so much fun with this. The twists, the turns. I loved that it was giving Murder on the Orient Express. It wasn't exactly like that, but it definitely gave off the vibes. The vibes were there. Okay, the vibes were there. I had a lot of fun with it. I feel like it was more just mostly mystery, not really thriller, though I think it is categorized as thriller, but I would say this is definitely more mystery vibes, but I had fun with it. I had fun with it, and I didn't see some of the stuff coming. Some of the stuff I did see, but like some of it I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. It was just fun. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it a lot. Not my favorite Riley Sager book. I would say the only one left, then With a Vengeance, and then The House Across the Lake. Those are the only 3 I've read so far, but I have most of his other books, and I definitely want to make it a point to read through them. Then today, I was like, I really want to finish a few things today so that way I can wrap up the month of June. So I finished The Ex-Wives Club, which is part of like the Alibi collection on Kindle Unlimited. So the first one in this was Death Row by Frida McFadden. I read that last month. So I was like, let me just read this because it will take me like an hour, you know? So I just like knocked that out. Then, and I gave it 2 stars. It was kind of weird, like whatever. It was like a short story, whodunit kind of thing. It was fine, but it was, you know, not my favorite. And then the last thing that I finished this month is the second Harry Potter book. I gave it 5 stars. This one, I actually did remember the movie. So I was like, oh, this is what I was thinking the first movie was. But when I read the first book, I was like, what? That's not what I thought happened at all. It's because I was remembering the second movie. So I am actually very excited to rewatch the second movie. I'm reading and watching Harry Potter with my neighbor, so I'm very excited to watch the second movie now that we've finished the second book. Yeah, but those are the books that I read in the month of June. Now let's hop into my plans for July. My plans for July are a little crazy. Obviously, I want to read Harry Potter 3. That's up there on the list, okay? Then, let me look at my list because some of these books I do not have physical copies of. I'm doing 3 book clubs, but I've already read one of the books, so that's good. So I want to do Harry Potter 3. One of my book clubs is doing Dust Storm, which is a cowboy romance. I don't know anything about it, but it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I will be reading it there. And then I was trying, let's see, hang on, let me just go in order of book clubs here. And then one of my other book clubs wants to do My Friends by Frederick Bachman, I think is how you say his name. So I had been kind of eyeing this one, wanting to read it, so I'm excited that book club's doing it so I can read it. That's an excuse to read it for book club, you know? So I will be reading that one. And then The House on the Cerulean Sea, House on Cerulean Sea, I think is how you say it. I don't know. I may be messing that up completely. That book is our book club for August. So I have put my name on the list to borrow it from the library. So when I get it, I'm gonna read it, which is why I'm probably gonna read it this month. Anyway, those are the book club books for July and then August, because the Drew Barrymore one was the one for July, and then August is that other one. Anyway, you guys understand. I'm getting a head start. I'm trying to get a head start because I'm in so many book clubs that you gotta be ahead, you know? All right, and then it's just kind of like what I'm feeling, the vibes that I was feeling. So I'm feeling some summery books. So I picked The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and then I also have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. So I was like, I'm gonna pick this up because this just screams summer to me. So I really want to read that one. And then I also picked up, I had these on my bookshelf. A novel love story by Ashley Poston, however you say her name. I debated between this one and her new one, but I just felt like this one I've had for a while and I just need to read it. So that's why I picked that one. And then I have the library audiobook of Crown of Midnight, which is the second book in the Throne of Glass series. So I'm going to read that / listen to it. And then I also have to have my thrillers, you know, like I need a good thriller. So Middle of the Night by Riley Sager is the one that I think I want to read. All of this is subject to change, minus the book club books. You know, I gotta read the book club books. But it's possible that I might just not be vibing with these books. So we will see. I feel like I did a pretty good job on my June TBR. Actually, I forgot a book. I want to finish, I've already started this, but I want to finish The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. I wanted to finish this one in the month of June. I just couldn't get to it because I had book club books and whatever. So I definitely want to finish this one in the month of July. I just don't think I can read that much today, especially when I have to edit and everything. But yeah, so all of these books are subject to change. We will see what happens, but that's my plan. That's my plan so far. June was a fantastic reading month. I had so many 5 stars. Again, I rate on vibes. So maybe I was just feeling it. I was feeling being lost in a good book. I was feeling the twists and turns. I don't know. I just was having fun reading this month. So that's why there's so many 5 stars. I don't know. How do you all rate books? Because I'm just like, if I'm having fun, unless there's like a, you know, something that happens where I'm just like, yeah, that's gotta be a 4 instead of a 5, like, you know, the language or even that, I'm like, I should have just rated that a 5-star because it was really good. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm like, if I had some kind, like, if I kind of enjoyed it, I'll give it like a 3, you know? I don't know. I just rate based on vibes because it's not that serious. Like, I don't rate it based on like, was this the most realistic thing or whatever. I don't know. It's not that serious. Like, even the books that I've given like 3 stars to, I'm just like, it's really not that serious. Like, I still had fun reading it. Like, there's been very few books where I'm just like, ugh, I hated that I read that. So I don't know. Anyway, but that's the stack. All right, one more thing and then I can wrap up this video. All right, the last thing we gotta do for this wrap up / reset video is update the, what is this? The reading journal. So let's do it. All right, you guys, so that's gonna wrap up my monthly reset. I know I didn't do any resetting of the house or anything like that. I just wanted to focus on like books and my goals, I guess. Though you guys saw I didn't have a lot of crazy goals. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things and trying to get my mental health in check. So that's my biggest goal, is just to get back to a good place mentally. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this July mid-year reset where I chatted about all the books that I've read and all the books I'm going to read. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys are reading this month. I would love to have more things to add to my never-ending TBR, so let me know what you guys are reading, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.